All right, everybody, we are live with another live book cover design session. Thank you so much for joining. The setup's looking good today, so let's hope everything works, fingers crossed. So for those who don't know, my name's Keelan, and today we are going to be designing a fantasy book cover totally live, totally from scratch. So you guys will get to see the whole process start to finish, and you'll be involved in the process. So that is, I don't know, it's kind of an interactive way to like join in on the design process. And so far people have really liked it. So yeah, anyway, we are going to be making a pre-made book cover. For those who don't know, a pre-made book cover is a book cover that essentially like I design and then I put up for sale instead of a custom cover where people would submit a request and I would essentially design a cover to that design brief. So we are going to do a pre-made book cover. I'm so excited. We have made a few on this channel before, but today I really have no idea what I want to do. I think maybe something with some like a Baroque frame or like some filigree, something like that, like very elegant, delicate perhaps, maybe a crown. I'm not really sure. So we're going to start totally from scratch. I'm very excited. Essentially, I am also going to ask you guys right now, whoever is here, if you want to take part in this design process, let me know in the comments what you're feeling. Obviously, it's going to be a fantasy book cover design, but are we feeling like fantasy romance, maybe something darker, a little bit more grim? Let me know what you're feeling. And also, if you want to go online right now and look up any cover inspiration, you can definitely do that. And then just in the chat, direct us to where to look. You can also use that as part of this design process. So I'm just going to jump into the chat and say hi to everybody that's here, that's come to design live. So Courtney is here. Hello, hello. Inimitable Books. Sarah is here. Cool Gamer is here. Always so pretty. I agree. You know what's funny? Filigree is a word that I never said aloud for the longest time. And then I was in one of my design classes and I had to say it out loud. And so I said it out loud and I was like, I honestly don't know if that's how you pronounce this word because I've never said it out loud before. And so my prof laughed. It was during a presentation and she laughed and she was like, nah, you're good. But it was just a funny moment. And so that word always makes me think of do let me know. I do have music playing in the background. You should be able to hear some background music because there are times when I'm just designing and it does get a little quiet. So there should be some background music. If you can't hear it or if I am too quiet, let me know. Like, just let me know in the comments if the volume's good. But without further ado, I think we're just going to jump right into it. So if you want to say hi in the chat, go ahead and do that. But otherwise, we're going to get into the designing. So I think one of the first things that I am going to do is, well, I'm going to show you guys the screen. So right now I have a few different websites up and I typically start my design process by looking for inspiration, looking at my stock image assets that I own. So I currently own, like, these are my stock, this is my stock library on Shutterstock. So I own 1,900, Jesus, I can't read numbers today. 1,098 images on Shutterstock. And then I own, honestly, I don't know. It doesn't say on Deposit Photo. But these are all the stock images I own. I own some on Adobe Stock as well, like own the licenses too. I own some on Adobe Stock as well. So I've got plenty of stuff to work off of for the base. And then I've got my website open to take a look at like inspiration from covers on the site. And I'm realizing I really have to update the site right now. Inspiration from current pre-mades. Like, I really like this kind of look. Maybe something like this we could do today, like magic, kind of like an abstract magic filigree type thing. So I've got this up. I don't really feel like doing a person today, but like, who knows? Maybe we'll do a person. I'm not sure. Like something like this, perhaps. Like, I'm kind of feeling the like more ornate look today, like ornamental stuff like that. Um, like even something like this. This is very delicate. Like perhaps something like this. So anyway, I've got my website up to take inspiration from, and then I have pulled up two other designers' websites that I really love. Now these are like top tier designers. So like I'm nowhere near their level yet, but they are absolutely amazing. So this is Story Wrappers, one of my favorite book cover designers. And sometimes I just like to go here to like really take a look at one, how beautiful her art is, and two, perhaps the different techniques she uses, etc. So um, as you can see, she also does object-based covers. But look at this. This is absolutely stunning. Um, so something like this, I'm feeling like an object-based cover. And then I also really love Moon Press Designs, I think it is. Um, and their portfolio is also really stunning. So it's definitely something that I would like to, take inspiration from. Like, look how beautiful this is. That's just like so beautiful with the jellyfish. Um, Stunning. So I think we're going to do like an object-based cover today, but like this kind of composition. Anyway, I really do like taking like inspiration from pop covers or like covers that are currently out. Obviously, you can't copy, but it's nice to look at art and get inspired by art. And these two artists are two artists that I very much admire. I'll actually pop both of their websites in the chat right now so you can go have a look yourselves. But just having browsed these two sites and my own site, I have some inspiration already. I feel like I want to do something kind of like this, but with a crown or an object that's not a sword. I feel like I've done a lot of swords lately. I feel like everyone does a lot of swords. Like that's beautiful. Like but I feel like I've done a lot of swords lately. So I'm kind of into this like abstract, like this abstract fantasy look. Like let's go back to my website. We've got some abstract fantasy here, but like perhaps something darker, like you can see the sword, you can see the gold, you can see this filigree and the magic, but maybe something like darker, maybe a little bit more metallic, a little bit more monochrome. I don't know. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. But maybe with an object that's like, Anyway, I'm also going to drop this in the bar here. So those are two artists that I really look up to. I actually took Story Wrappers, the main artist here, did a talk in a course that I was taking once. I was taking a book cover course through Illustrious Academy, I believe it's called, and they did a session. It was wonderful to be in there. So yeah, all right. So we're gonna dive into it. I think I'm ready to dive into it. I don't know. What is everybody in the chat feeling? How are we feeling about this kind of like maybe dark, obscure fantasy cover? Maybe with an object. Kind of like I want it to be more of a vibe than a clear image, if that makes sense. Like I want it to vibe fantasy. It doesn't have to necessarily like be like a sword or a crown, even though I would use a crown. But I'm just saying like it doesn't necessarily have to have like a standout object, but I want the cover to be vibey and fantasy. So that's what I'm going for. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas. This is a collaborative design process, so we are going to do kind of whatever we want and whatever you guys want. Just jumping into the chat, Read Love Listen is here. Hello. Oh, you're so helpful. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Well, we're doing book cover design, so hopefully that's helpful for anyone who's ever trying to get a cover. All right, I'm just checking on YouTube here to make sure everything is looking good, and it does appear to be. Everything seems to be running properly. Is that better? No, it's harder to see my screen. Okay, we're gonna continue like this. So Okay, now let's have a look. Now that we've kind of narrowed down what we're looking to do, or at least I've narrowed down what I'm looking to do, you guys let me know in the comments if you want to do something different, because we can do something different. So let me know. Now we know kind of what we're going for, though, like a very vibey fantasy, darkish cover. I'm gonna start looking through the images that I already own to see if there's anything that we can start with. Um, so I think one of the big elements that we see a lot on fantasy covers are like frames or like filigree or anything ornamental. So I think I'm going to just search ornamental. Is that how you spell it? That is definitely not how you spell it. Ornamental? There we go. Okay. So these are like the assets that I already own. We could do something that's pretty much all ornamental and then weave the words throughout, but I've done a few of those and they're absolutely stunning, like so gorgeous. But I feel like I've done those lately. So maybe we won't go that route. Okay. I'm feeling this might look good for a background. But I kind of wanted to do a darker cover, but maybe we can do, we're gonna consider this. We're gonna consider this. Kind of wanted to do something darker, but it might be cool to do something really dark and grim on a white background, just for the contrast. So we shall see, we shall see. Oh, this is pretty too. Okay. And if anybody sees something they like, feel free to shout it out. Oh, we can download like this is like very similar to the white background that I have, but this is it's just in black. This is kind of cool, but the only reason I'm not gonna go with it is because then the book, whoever purchases when designing a pre-made book cover, you almost have to go a little bit more generic, because I have made niche pre-made book covers and like they don't sell because it's hard to find. You would have to find an author who's writing a book for that specific scenario or that specific kind of look. And sometimes it works. Sometimes you can find an author that's making that exact cover, but a lot of times it's really difficult. Oh, what about a mask? A mask kind of screams fantasy. I really hate this mask. I've used it many times, but I've always made alterations to it because I don't really like the detailing. So we would have to make alterations, but that could be like kind of one of the fantasy vibey elements that's in the background. Let's have a look-see. I kind of like all this stuff, but these symbols, like this is pretty. I don't really want to do a shield look though. We might come back to it. We might come back to it. Okay, let's have a look-see here. Okay, let's try. I'm just looking for like really pretty fantasy elements. Read, love, listen is saying the detail of that is very ornate, maybe silver or dark. Yeah. We want something I think like a little dark. And all of these, like I can change the colors too. Like they're not gonna look remotely like this by the end. However, oh, I just have an idea. What if we did this and made it metallic, like a fence, and wove like flowers through it? Let's give that a shot. We'll like not just flowers, like we'll flowers. What if we wove like flowers and like daggers and like magic all throughout it? We're gonna start trying that out. And then I'm wondering if we put it in like an archway so that it looks like a gate. Or if we just have it as the background. We're gonna start and we're gonna see how it goes. So we also have this, which is so beautiful. Maybe this will go in the front and we'll have like different layers. Okay, let's give this a shot. So we're gonna jump over to Photoshop right now. So we have the download right here. It is an Illustrator file, so I might actually open it up in Illustrator and take the elements out that I need. I just want to envision it on a book cover. Like that looks really beautiful. Like this is really annoying because my two screens, I have two monitors and my screens have different brightnesses right now, so it looks different on the screen that I'm looking at for YouTube versus my Photoshop screen. Okay. So we're going to start with this. We're going to make some transformations. We're going to actually go into Illustrator. So I do use Illustrator quite a bit for book cover design. So let me just, we're going to open up downloads. And we're going to open this with Illustrator. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay. The reason I want to detach this from its background, I could have done it in Photoshop, because I think I just want the pattern. Oopsies. Oh my God, my Illustrator's, there we go. There we go. That's the one I want. I think I just want the pattern. Everything else I can do in here. So, okay, so we've got the pattern now. And I think I'm going to pull, I already have a kind of like a metallic style. So I think we're going to pull this over and I'll show you the difference once we're done, because it's still going to be on a black background. I think it's on a black background. I don't know what I want to put behind it. So like, let's try this. Like gold. Like that's really pretty. Like, see, it looks more 3D now. No. No. Actually, that I really like. So see, it looks like more like a fence now. We're gonna go in and play with this a little bit, because I don't want it to look too messy. If I get it to go smooth, I think we actually want, no, that looks awful unless I do this. I think that looks the best. I'm gonna bring down the darkness a bit so it's a little bit more like flat. The color. Okay, that looks good. I think I want it to be a little bit darker, but not a lot darker. Okay. Okay. So like this is what it originally looked like. Now it looks a lot more 3D, but we are going to put a gradient on top of it so that it looks um, like so that it's darker around the edges. But I think I want not I want a diamond gradient. And then I think I'm going to add at like 50%. No, I think I want a stronger gradient, like 60%. We're gonna rasterize this and we're going to blur it a little bit. Filter, blur. Just so that it's like less of a diamond. Less of a diamond. Okay. I think I like that. Or do we want to invert it? Oh, that's not what I want. I meant invert the gradient. I'm not sure. Well, we're gonna start from here. So we've got our 3D background. We've got our 3D grate. Like this was it before, it was flat. Now we've got a grate. Now I feel like I also want things to come like forward at you out of it. So maybe I'm going to pull like some pieces here and almost like extend them. So great. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's take a look at maybe this. Not this. I don't like this. Okay. Go to the downloads here. I've got some beautiful stuff on this site, but I'm not going to try to, I don't think I'm going to use it. I would freehand draw it, but I can't attach my tablet. I can't attach my tablet while I am streaming. I kind of want to like have things come out towards you. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do that with while I'm streaming. So we'll see. Okay, let's pull this mask in here. That's actually really cool with the mask behind. I wasn't really thinking of doing that, but that's actually kind of cool looking. That's actually really cool looking. I didn't really want to go with a fantasy object because like it is always then you have to find like if you're selling a pre-made, you have to find a story that fits this object, but this actually looks really good. Let me just try something really quickly. I just want to see what it would look like just on the mask itself. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But it would be cool. Like I could extend it so these are coming up. Like, that actually looks pretty cool. I don't think I want to do that, but I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, so we've got the mask. And then perhaps that's a maybe. That's a maybe. We're gonna maybe do that. What we are gonna do is we are going to put some flowers onto this great road. That is not what I want. Onto this gate. So let's just download a rose. I'm not sure if I want this mask in here. I think it looks really cool. But I don't think I don't know. Everybody who's watching, let me know in the comments whether we want to go with the mask theme or not. I just don't know if I want to commit to the mask, okay? Like the mask is a lot. I think I was feeling more like a very like object-based cover. Like let's lace some vines. Like let me see if I have any vines, like this vine. Excuse me. I just had a hiccup, but I think it's a hiccup, but it was actually a burp. I apologize. Like, let's put this vine and like some roses in here and really like weave them through and make this a really intricate, very like generic, no question about it. It'll be generic with kind of like roses and gold and vines and stuff like that. But it'll look good. Oh, this will look so cool woven in. Okay, 1 second. I have to go in and fix the nitty-gritty here. For anybody who doesn't know or who hasn't been to one of my design live streams with me, we kind of do a rough and dirty draft because I can't really do my edges with my trackpad very well. So we kind of do a rough and dirty draft. Not kind of, we do. We do a rough and dirty draft. And then if there are things to fix at the end, I typically fix them off the stream. I think that looks pretty good though. Like, I don't know if there's anything that I need to go in and fix with my mouse. Okay, let's think about placement. Placement and contrast. I'm thinking this can go like here. Placement, contrast, and size. Or do we want it like all woven through? Let's just do it all woven through. Like super random. Okay, got that one. Oh, I'm excited for this. This is looking really cool. Oh, I see. Read, love, listen. You suggested a key. A key could be really cool. Like a key somewhere in here. Yeah, definitely. Okay. We're going to have to do something with the color of these so that it's a little bit more, so that it contrasts a little bit more. I just want this all over. Yes, that. This is looking cool. I'm kind of into it. Does that look balanced? No. This needs to be further over. That looks more balanced. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to call this vines. Vines. And they need to be brighter, I think. And I feel like more green. So we're going to change them to be more green. Maybe not that green. I know this doesn't look great right now, but the contrast is important. So we're going to, that looks pretty good. That still looks like natural, but it's easier to see. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little drop shadow lines so that we get that dimension. And then we're going to just do a few. We're going to just do a few like weaves so we can see what it looks like. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. And the title text can go here, blah, blah, blah. This needs to, I don't like this. That's better. So like, this is what we started with. This is where we're at. It's looking very cool. I also think I just want in general it to be brighter and there to be more contrast. There we go. There we go. Because this is going to be more of a typography cover, it looks like it's going to be more of a typography cover. There's going to be a lot of like focus on the text. It's definitely going to have to, like the type is going to have to be really good. It's going to have to look awesome. Okay, so let's, oopsies, wrong screen. We're going to dive in. Again, this is going to be a pretty, like rough and dirty cut. So like, we're going to do things like this, where we'll have the plant go behind the filigree. That looks so good. I know that's just one, but the vibe. It's the vibe. The vibe is vibing. Problem is we have this drop shadow on the, well, it's not a problem, but we have a drop shadow on the vines. So it's just gonna, we have to erase a little bit more than the vine itself because of the drop shadow. Cool. We're into it. Like from far away, you can't really tell that it's integrated, but it is. I love that. Okay. I'm gonna have this one go in and out, so. See how you have to kind of like also erase the drop shadow? All right. See, I'm so imprecise with the trackpad. That's okay because it is viewed from far away, and we're going to have to go in anyway and add shadow to the vine so that it really looks like it's underneath. Right now, like if you look at this section, it doesn't really look like it's going like under, over, under. But if I do this and add, you know what? I'm going to do this as I go. Otherwise, I forget certain sections. It'll be a pain to go back later. So I'm going to do like, let's say, and just like go in like this. Oh, not that hard. So have it like basically go under and then over, and it looks a little bit better. I might have to put highlights actually on the top parts. But we'll see. That was too much. That was good. See, like it looks so much better. It actually looks like there's dimension and it looks like it's going under and then over. Okay. Where else did I do it? Here we go. So much better. All right, it's starting to look really good. This is going to take a while. The weaving covers like this take a while because they're so intricate. Okay, I think it'd be cool to have one like be mostly behind. Yeah, we'll see how that ends up going. Okay, so let's try and do a big piece here. Let's try and have this guy go behind. Oh, see, now we're gonna have to follow the logic of this. So this, oh, it's just a little tab. Perfect. Is this also just a little tab? No, so this whole thing has to be in front. This too, we're just following the logic. And then it'll come out here and it'll come out at the bottom. No, it will not come out at the bottom. Where will it come out? Will it come out here? It'll come out here. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go in and fix this up because I made a mess. Again, this is rough and dirty, guys, because I don't have my tablet to draw with. And it also goes much slower without my tablet, so I apologize for that. Okay, that's good. Rough and dirty, people, rough and dirty. And then here it's also under. I need to get rid of this. Okay. This whole section is underneath. Okay. You know, it could have been easier if I copied. It might have been easier had I copied this whole section and put it underneath and then erase the top. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself at this point. Okay. That's good. That's nice. Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. Oh my gosh, I think I have an easier way to do this. I could highlight. I think I have an easier way to do this. That might take less time. A lot of working in Photoshop, if you haven't worked in Photoshop, is problem solving. Like, what's the best and fastest way to do this? A way that's going to like be quick, but also not compromise results. So I think what I'm going to do, so that worked. Yay, that worked. Now we're gonna add the shading and you'll see like it doesn't really look like it's underneath right now, but once I add the shading, you'll be like, oh shoot, that looks like it is, that looks like it's underneath. Okay. So, oh, I forgot that I shouldn't have put this at 100% opacity. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to put it at 50%. Draw with it. 50%. and it's all in the background. So we're gonna like get this whole thing a little bit shaded. And have a little bit more under vines. It's a little bit much there. It's there. There. Also a little bit much there. Oh, we have that thing going over. I kind of like that. It kind of works logically. Like now it looks much further back, but I don't really like how opaque the shading is. So we're going to just bump it up a little bit. There, like it now looks much more like it's behind. So there we go. That looks good. So what I was thinking though of doing instead is I think a quicker way to erase this would be this. So I'm going to select all of the grate once it happens. And now I'm going to zoom in on the vines. And like I can just do this. Like, okay, let's take this section. Let's say we want this to be in the front. Because now I can only erase what's the section that's selected. I can just do this. Wow, that's so much easier. I should have thought of this. I am a little bit dense. There we go. This is so much easier. Oh my goodness gracious. I should have thought of this. There we go. I'm gonna have to go back and do the lowlights this time though. We're gonna put this in the front. We're gonna put this in the front. I just made my life so much easier. This is like wild. I'm gonna put this in the front. Oh my gosh, if you guys can hear that, I'm pretty sure my brother lives in the apartment above me. So I live in Toronto, and my apartment above me became available, and my brother and his roommate moved in, and I think they're watching the Leafs game. I can hear them celebrating. Okay, let's deselect because I think the selection kind of worked. We're going to actually do a different strategy, and we're going to select. This is going to seem weird, but I'm going to click select sky. No, I didn't do it. Select. I guess we'll just keep doing subject. It's not getting all of it though, which is like, see, it's missing pieces. That's okay. Let's put the vines back. It's still helpful. Oopsies. That is not what I want to do. I want to erase here. This is so much faster, and I'm so happy. Happy, 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 happy. Let's put this in the front. See, it messed up a little bit there, but we'll fix that later. I'm not worried. Do we want this in the front? Yep, we do. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Because we just kind of went in into this a little bit blind. Select. Okay, I see a few. It worked in a few spots. I see a few spots. We have to go in and add the shading for sure. Otherwise, it's not going to look good at all. But I think we need to do more. So we're going to do more. We're going to do more, especially down here. It looked like it needed some, like here. There we go. That's looking nice. Do this whole section. The whole section. Yep. See, like some of it doesn't work. Some of it has not been selected. That's okay though. We'll fix it. Okay. See, like there's a missing piece right here. There we go. We fixed the missing piece. We're gonna just go in and make the alteration. Wow, I can't believe I didn't think of that selection earlier. Silly me. Silly, silly me. That made our lives so much quicker, so much easier. Now we just have to kind of like refine. Okay, so let's go in and add some shading because that is without a doubt one of the most important parts. Okay, see, we're going in here, we're coming out here, we're going in. That's staying below and coming up here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's add some of the shading though, so that this looks more legit. So we're going in here. So we're gonna make sure it's all here. That's way too much. Okay, we're gonna also make sure it's like nice and shaded here. We also just want it to be a little darker when it's in the back, because when it's in the back, it's going to be dark. It's going to be covered in, it's going to be like, the light's not getting through. There obviously is some light getting through, but not all of the light. Okay, shade, and then we're just going to make this a little bit bigger, a little bit less opaque, and just do these sections so that it's a little bit darker. And also like kind of like a gradient as it goes down into the back. Why isn't that working? Okay, that looks bad. That looks like bad. Okay. Just because that's not really over, it's just over there. It's just over here, so we're just gonna put a little dot there. A little bit here. Good, good. A little bit here. A little bit here. A little bit here. A little bit here. Definitely a little bit here. And we have to do the gradient here since this is so like large. Okay. Okay. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna do more, but we get the gist of it. It's just it would literally take me, it's gonna take me a long time to do a lot of the weaving. Oh, and then we also want this everywhere. I think. No, we don't. We want this down here. And then we want to duplicate this, and we want a littler gradient up here, maybe at like. Okay. We want that only on the lines. Okay, it's looking good. I don't know. How are you feeling, everyone? How are you liking it so far? I know there's not much to it, but we're going to start adding the rose because we get the gist of the like. Obviously, there's going to be more incorporation, but we kind of get the gist of it. So I think this is what we started with. This is where we're at. I think now what we can do is add some of these guys. And then, do we want blood? Do we want blood? Maybe not blood, but maybe some sort of like magic. Do we want the roses really little? I also want them darker for sure. I'm gonna add them kind of like randomly. They need. Oh, like that looks cool. I know it's just one rose, and we have to add like a lot more. But I think it looks really cool. Yep. Yep. I think that looks cool. Should we put the roses on the vines? Or should we have them like vine like on the vines like this? I think on the vines, right? Or like we just want them like in the middle of like wherever. Let me know in the chat what you think. Sarah says that she likes on the vines, and I think I agree. And I think what we could do also is add some petals. Should they be smaller? I don't know if they should be smaller. Darker, yes. I think they look good darker. You know what? We want also the gradient on the roses. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna also get, just so everybody knows, different rows. So there's like variation. I'm just trying to place some of these. This is looking good though. I'm really into it. I haven't made a cover like this. Like obviously I've used all these elements before, but I don't think I've ever made something that looks quite like this. I definitely also want some like magic elements in here. Maybe like shines of like white, like glints on the. I mean, okay. That's looking good. I think that's looking good. Very romantic. It looks very romantic, I think. I'm gonna up the brightness just a little bit and then. Okay. Actually, I think down the contrast just a bit. I want to see what this looks like on YouTube. I'm trying to see what it looks like. When you guys are looking at it, does it look bright? Like on my Photoshop, it looks really bright, but on my YouTube, it looks really dark. I'm trying to figure out what it's looking like on everybody's screens. Okay. I think what we're going to tackle next is the title text. Oh my gosh. I think there must be a hockey game on because I can hear everybody screaming. So I think, yeah, what we're going to tackle next is the text. How I want to do the text, I don't know. So one of the covers that I really liked and that does filigree really well is A Touch of Darkness. And a touch of darkness actually kind of goes the anti, I don't know, fantasy route. So The Touch of Darkness uses a sans serif font, and fantasy typically uses very decorative or serif fonts, but definitely decorative. They use a very simple sans serif font on a cover that isn't exactly like this, but kind of similar like this, and that looked really good. So I'm wondering if because the cover is so ornate, we should at least go with a more simple font. I think that might be the way to go. So, but I don't know. It looks so beautiful. I'm really into this. Like I'm really liking the way this is turning out. Okay, let's try. We're gonna do this in white text to start. And I think we're going to use maybe Athena. It's a simple, decorative serif font. Okay, what should we call it? I'm wondering what we should call this cover. Roses. Oh, Athena, the problem with Athena is it might be too thin. We need something that's like obviously I'm going to manipulate the title so that it is easier to see over the filigree. But I feel like we might need something that's less delicate because a delicate font could get lost in that. Um, we might also have to invert the gradient. So if we invert the gradient and have kind of have the gradient go like this. I don't like this. Hate is a strong word, but I don't like that nearly as much though. So we're going to scrap that idea and we are going to figure out a way to make this title. We need to make the title work on the cover before we Beyond the Rose Gate. Grievously great. I love that. Dystopia, utopia, autumn. People are delicate. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it. Uh, Beyond the Rosen Gate. I really like that idea. People are delicate. It's so true. People are delicate. Shadows of people. Oh, let's combine the two. What about like shadows beyond the gate? Shadows beyond the gate? I don't know. We're gonna work on it. uh shadows of people. Shadows of people beyond the Rosen Gate. Shadows of Rosen Gate. Shadows of Rosen Gate. I love that. Beyond the Shadows of Rosen Gate. That's a long title, but we're gonna go for it. So this is Rosen. Wait. Shadows of Rosengate. Okay. I meant to put shadows of people on the cover. Hey, yeah, but it all works. It all works together. I really like that one. Shadows of Rosengate. I know I have gates on here, but it's because I like the S. I can't title my own book, but I can title someone else's. Amen. I am exactly like that. Okay, let's make this smaller. I know some people, okay, this is controversial because I know some people like to like vary the sizes of lettering on covers. Like have one letter a lot bigger, one letter a lot smaller. And I am sometimes into it. Sometimes it's great, but sometimes I'm not super into it. Is that halfway? No, it is definitely not. Did a terrible job at centering that. Okay. So balance-wise, because this is a pre-made cover, and one of the things that you have to take into account when doing a pre-made cover is the title and balance. So even though the title changes, one of the things that you can use to sell the book cover to a client is the title. Because sometimes it inspires the story, sometimes it relates to their story, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes it's just the way the title balances on the cover that looks really good. So what I think would look good is if we had the longer word. Where did my toolbar go? I think would look best if we had the longer word in the middle and the shorter word sandwiching it. So to do that, we're going to have to play with the title a little bit. So I mean, we could just do, it's not as exciting. This title is not as excited, but we could just do roses and shadow gates. Roses or roses on shadow gates. It doesn't make as much sense. And I know it's not as interesting, but the balance on the actual artwork looks better. And I know that's not how the cover is going to end up. Like, obviously, when someone buys it, the title changes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people really like the title and they keep it. But that doesn't happen very often. But one of the things you can like use to sell the cover is just really good title placement and really good typography. So that's what we're going to kind of work on right now, is getting the type right. Okay. So I'm not really into the outer glow that's on the title. I think it looks too obviously like an outer glow. Oh, I like Rose and Shadow Gates. Rose and Shadow Gates, the Rose Shadow Gates. Typography is actually one of my favorite parts of cover design. I'm horrid at typography. So typography is actually one of my favorite parts of cover design, and I actually think, like, I'm currently in design school. Right now, I'm not taking classes, or right now I'm not taking classes, but I am like presently enrolled in design school. But I think Like type and sorry, where was I going with that? Typography was my best class. I love typography. Um, and I don't but I'm not into this, like, really outer glow look. I'm going to try to maintain the contrast as much as possible while getting rid as much, like, well, maintain the contrast while diffusing the glow. I could go in and manually paint the glow too, but I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. I don't really feel up to that right now. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to create a layer with this outer glow. Ah, it's screwed up. I hate that. Okay. We're going to use a different contour then. That looks kind of better. That does not look better. Is that one or that one? I wonder. That looks okay. I think that looks better. I think that looks better. You can still see the title very well. I think it looks better. We're actually going to go in here and we're going to reduce this gradient just a little bit so that we get more of the gold. Maybe. The question is now, do we want to put an effect on the type, or is it going to be? I think a minor effect would look good. Question is, do I want to make my own right now, or do we want to browse through my library of effects? Oh, just in the comments. I'm going back to designs. I'm going back to school myself, and I'm going to take a design course. I'll have to see if they have typography come fall in my school. Yes, typography is great. I love type. I could read this font better. Yeah, I think once I added the shadow, it looks pretty good. It's so funny. It just looks so different on my two different screens. Now I'm going to do something. I'm actually going to move the font under. Okay, there we go. I actually do think I like that. Roses. Rose. Frozen. Let's see if they have another glyph for this. Nope. We're going to use roses. Roses on shadowed gates. Shadowed would be good, but it's long. Again, we're not trying to like title it perfectly. We're trying to title it so it looks good. I know that's a little sleazy is not the right word. It's not sleazy, but like it's part of the process. I know it seems silly, but like it's part of the process. Okay. Okay. I'm liking it. We're gonna try a few effects now. We're gonna try a few effects. I don't want gold. There's already a lot of gold. Silver could be interesting. Obviously not that. Yes. Where are my favorite silvers? Or I actually have whites in here. So these are all my style effects. Excuse. These are all my styles. Like maybe actually wood would be cool. Obviously not that wood. That actually looks really cool, but you can't see it. I obviously make it brighter, but I don't think that's going to work. I need something that's mostly white, but that still has some texture. Okay. My search bar isn't working. No, we don't want leather. Oh, maybe we do. Yeah, maybe we do. Oh, I think leather does look kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. Okay, we need to get rid of some of this stuff though. We want to make sure it's actually black and white. It's actually white. Yep. I want this to be smaller. We got the texture, okay, contours, good. And then we've got to, how much of it, where's this gradient? I'm gonna get rid of it. I can't even really tell where it is. Okay, we've got the pattern, that's good. I'm actually gonna put the drop shadow on, and then I'm gonna take this down a notch. I'm not sure if I like the leather. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong. It's just not, I'm not sure if it's doing it for me. It works, but it's not the greatest. Maybe red would work. Okay, bear with me, everyone. Bear with me. I'm gonna get rid of this. Gradient, color. This actually looks really good. No, you can't see it. Gradient's so cool. Okay. We need, get in here. Red might not work, but if it does work, that'd be really cool. It's gonna frustrate me because I really like the red. Why is this? What's this? Let's get rid of that. Okay, what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna do a whole bunch of undoing. Back to the leather. There we go. Okay, we're gonna duplicate all this and we're gonna try this in red. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm kind of really into the red idea. We obviously don't want to try this in black and white. Okay, so how do we make this work? How do we make the red work? It needs to be brighter, obviously. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a stroke to it. I think the red just makes it more seductive than the white. Okay. Let's try and build this. Sorry, guys. I'm being very quiet because I'm very focused. There we go. Man, that looks so good. It's just so hard to see. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. Oh, it looks so good. Like, that font looks so cool. It just looks so cool. It's just so hard to see. And I'm scared that if I just brighten it like that, I'm scared if I just brighten it, it's just going to not look as good. Okay. Let's go back here. This is not working. The more matte red is looking better. Okay. Let's try this with the white. Nope. Okay. That's okay. I don't like this contour. We're going back to... I'm going back to this. Okay. It's getting more visible. It looks so good. Shoot. I'm so like, I'm looking at it on the YouTube screen and I'm looking at it on my screen. 'Cause it's just like so different looking. I also don't like the pinky look it's looking like on the YouTube screen. Okay. Let me try and brighten it now. And see what it looks like. I don't want it to look pink though. And the problem is it kind of looks pink. Maybe? Dystopia, utopia, autumn saying it looks like a shiny red. Good, like, that's what I'm going for, but I want it to be dark red. That's so hard to get where it contrast well. Mm, mhm. Like, that looks better. That actually looks better. Hmm. That looks okay. Still looks like pinky. That actually looks nice. Let's play around with this a little bit. Even though that is kind of pink, that actually looks really nice. I want the shadows to be darker. I don't know why the light is so dark. Okay, what is making I hate this. I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this too. There we go. That's exactly what I want, but I want to be able to see it. Okay, that's the exact color I want. The color opening up. So I think to be able to see it, we're going to have to do a drop shadow that's a little bit bigger. A glow. I honestly think a stroke. I would love this so much if you could see it, but you can't see it. And when you bring the brightness up, it just doesn't hit as hard. Let's try messing with these. Oh my god, that's even better. Oh, Grievous has a good idea. Do you have a circular magic effects? So I do have magic I could put behind it. Something lighter with the darker font. Yeah, I agree. Something lighter with the darker font might work. I wonder. So I'm gonna put the outer glow. We do. Bear with me. I know this is gonna look silly to start. I'm like, let's put it at a gold. A rosy gold. Okay, and let's have it. It's too much, too much, too much. I don't want it to. I'm trying all of the different blend modes to see which one works best. Okay. Why isn't this working? What's the blend mode? Sorry, I'm very silent right now. Uh, um, Autumn is suggesting, can you do a green? I could try a green. I think green would look very elegant. I think it would look super elegant, actually. Why isn't this working? Is it because of the color? There we go. Okay. That's like kind of okay right now. I would like a gradient. Not that gradient. Something weird is happening with the bevel. Yeah, something weird's happening. Not into it. Ah, there we go. I want the red. I'm so committed to the red. Actually, nothing was wrong with the bevel. I just totally forgot I had this levels layer on. Okay. Like the red just looks so much more dramatic, you know? Okay, let's try and figure out. I think the solution is think the solution is honestly, I don't know what the solution is, but we're just for right now, we're just going to like maybe silver would look nice. I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to darken the gate. Um, like we could try green. I'm into green. Like green is actually my favorite color. I just think that red provides like a drama. Like green. Actually, let me just like purple works. Doesn't work great. It doesn't look good. I'm sure blue would work too. Like that looks cool, but it's not what I want. And it doesn't really match the theme. Bear with me. Nope, I hate that. Sometimes you just don't get what you want, and I think this is one of the cases where I'm not going to get what I want. I just don't like that it looks kind of orangey. I know that's like a really weird, because it doesn't look orangey or like pinky. I don't like that it looks pink. Even though I'd rather it look pink than orange. We're just going to leave it for now. We're going to leave it for now because I will toil over this for ages before this gets put anywhere. So I'm going to do this. You know what I could do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Just add a little tinge of red to the outside of this guy. Just a hint. Not that much. Oh, I don't want the texture. That's what I don't want. I didn't like the texture. Yeah, just like a little smidge of red. We're gonna make it just a little bit bigger. A little bit. Maybe have it like that like darker red that I want. It's 100. It's too much. here. There we go. I feel like this is going to give me the satisfaction that I want. Not that much. Like that gives me the hint of red. Needs to be a little bit lighter. And then I might put a stroke in. I know strokes are kind of not the vibe, but I like them. Like, I feel like that looks pretty good. I feel like that's a pretty good compromise between the two. And then we're gonna actually change this glow to red. Of course, everything is going to be red. We like the pattern. It gets me my red. This is where we're this is just where we're at so far. It gets me my red without getting rid of, the visibility. Okay. Let's have a look-see at what else we can do. It's looking pretty good. Like, it just looks so dramatic when it's all red though. I'm going on my YouTube screen. Like, how hard is it to see? Still kind of hard to see, eh? I'm gonna keep both options. The road that looks so much more elegant. Okay. I'm sold. Kind of. Okay. We are getting too close to a final product, maybe. What else? What else should we put on here? I'm feeling we might need another rose. I'm also thinking that maybe we try the back pattern. Like, maybe we try and put a pattern in the back. Like, bear with me. Because we just did the gate over nothing. But if we put the gate over a pattern, it adds even more dimension, which looks kind of cool as hell. Actually, that looks really cool. Okay, that looks really cool. We're going to do that. So without the gate, it's this pattern that I'm actually just going to, that actually looks cool in and of itself. Filter, I'm just going to blur it a little bit, just so that it's not like too distracting. Let's throw the gate back on here. And then I think, call me crazy, but I think we could integrate the gate into this back pattern too. Then if we could be red. I'm really stuck on this title being red. We could have the gate. Oopsies. What a minute. I mean, that looks freaking cool. I haven't, bear with me, folks. This might be stupid. So, you know. What if we break this gate? Let's get rid of the title for now. Any version of the title. Like a distressed kind of thing. This could look stupid, guys. Don't worry. I'm fully aware of that. Fully aware that this could look stupid. I mean, it looks like it has spots now, which I hate. But I kind of am into the like gate disappearing into the middle. Like I'm kind of into this. Whatever's happening here. Like that looks really cool too. But the problem is I'm so conflicted now. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Because I really like this. I really like this. You know what I think is going to fix our text? I think the font. I think the font is going to fix our text. Let me try something real quick. Bear with me, people. This might not look good. And it might be totally different than what we're used to. We put the text vertical. What if we did something totally different? What if we did and then we picked a nice chunky font, just made it white. We're not going to pick Arial, obviously. But how do you spell rain? Is that how you spell rain? That's not the font. That's an ugly font. But we're gonna pick something a little bit different. Helvetica is not different. It is very, very much the standard, but and then we put more vines. I hate that word though. Or not that word. I hate the symmetry of it. Because then we could have, oh, this is what we're doing. 100%. This is what we're doing. Because I think I have a vision. I think what I'm going to do is have the text. I think I've actually, have I used this before? I don't actually know. This might not be the font, guys. Like, don't worry about it. But I think I'm going to do this. We're going to go back here. We're going to select subject. And then we're just going to kind of do this. Just bear with me, guys. It might not work. It might look bad. On these intricate covers, it really is the text that's like the most difficult. Like have it like fused in. Oh, I like that. It's like fusing in. That's not the font that we're going to go with though. It's not fantasy enough. As much as I said I want like a bolder fantasy. Okay, now we kind of need more like a one-word title. What about captured? Okay, what are we looking for? What about just Cinzel? I mean, it's still a serif font, but oh no, it's too thin. It's too thin. We need something a little different, a little different. As cool as the font is, oh, bound for the title. I like that. I like bound. I was actually going to turn it into Rapunzel. I was just thinking, like, should I turn it into a Rapunzel retelling and call it Let Down Your Hair? Like, isn't it Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair? Because it's kind of like a grated window. I don't know. And then I was just gonna put it back. Bound works though. I really like bound. We can make it big. Um, I kind of like this font though. Like I'm kind of into it. Do we want bound? Or do we want let down your hair? Okay, let's consider this. We'll consider this. And obviously we'll make bound bigger, but let's try let down your hair. So like what if we just went let, kind of like the big chunky font down for hair. I love did you know in the original Rapunzel story, the prince who sneaks into Rapunzel actually gets tossed into a rose thicket and loses his eye? I mean, I didn't think of it, but now that you say it, yeah. Like now that you've reminded me, yes, I do remember that. Like, I know that looks weirdly modern. I know that looks weirdly modern, but I'm kind of into it. Like, I know it doesn't match, but I'm really into the mismatch. I don't know. What are our thoughts in the comments? Um, it's ending up looking more and more like A Touch of Darkness. If you guys have ever read that book, so I'm actually just so people understand that it's a Rapunzel retelling. How do you spell Rapunzel? I'm stealing it from your. I'm stealing it from here. So I'm going to go Rapunzel. I'm gonna make this small. Just put that here. Okay, it needs to be bigger than that. And then this can be red, so I can get my red fix. Red. Even that can't be red. Okay. Definitely unique. It's definitely a unique cover. I'm kind of into it though. I'm kind of into it. We're gonna go back here and just select this again. And erase more of this. Like, that looks cool as hell. Okay, I'm sold. This is it. This is it. It looks different, but it looks cool as hell. So we're going with it. Definitely different though. That's for sure. Ah, shit. The title is not where I want it to be. I want it smack in the middle. And I want this actually behind here. I want it behind the vines. Okay, that's fine. And I want it more spread apart. No part of the author name's obscured, but I'm kind of into that too. Okay. I don't know. I'm so like back and forth on this one. I'm so back and forth on it. I'm actually going to put this above the vines. Except I'm going to do this on there. Here. This is like not how I pictured this cover going, but it's looking really good. I'm into this. I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to try putting the whole title behind the filigree, and I'm going to see if it looks okay. Because I think it might be cool to have the whole thing back there. Not back there, back here. And just make it really big. Like if I made this bigger. Can you see that from far away? Oops. Like you can see it. I don't know. It's almost harder to see closer up. I think I liked it how I had it before. Let's not go back to those titles. Like, I think that's good. I'm gonna make it a little bigger though anyway. I know it looks imprecise, but I'm kind of into the imprecise vibe. And I am going to put it behind here though. I don't know what just happened there. Behind the vines. I'm into it. Does it look too imprecise? I don't think so. I think I'm going to, however, just like erase a few of these. Like here, like here. Oh no, not the title. Like here, put a little back there. Maybe put some back here. That's looking cool. It definitely looks cool. I think it needs more vines. So we're gonna add that. Or I don't know, does it need more vines? Like, I don't know how much else it needs. Maybe some lighting. The thing is someone could use this, previously you said like someone could use it as I could picture, it's very modern and I picture someone doing a dark romance retelling with this 100%. So I'm nervous if we add magic, it's going to like limit the market for this. So maybe I think just like like some lighting. Like maybe if we just do like a little bit of like a little, like a few really white glowy spots. Like just like a few, like brightening up a few little, make it like glow, make it really pop in some places. There we go. Oh, little pop. Like I think that like looks cool. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't really like it on these side ones though, so we're gonna get rid of that a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad you agree. I'm like, I think the magic is a no right now. Yes, I agree. Some pops of lighting would be cool. Um, kind of seems like Romeo and Juliet romance. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm into it. Like maybe I'll add a different rose, like maybe some variety in the roses. So we're back here. Where did I get my rose from? Was it Shutterstock? Mhm. It is very a touch of darkness. It is very a touch of darkness, but I'm kind of into it. Mm. We're going to add this rose. I know it's basically the same, but they are slightly different, and you'd be surprised how just how like even a slight difference can like create variety. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Stop, computer. You know what? I'm also going to save this. I feel like that's a good idea. Oh, did I just? Oh, whenever I save, it it freezes. Oh no, I'm still frozen. Can you guys hear me? Mm-mm-mm. There we go. Okay, everything seems to be back up and running. Okay. Mhm. Do we think we should put them next to each other? I feel like I like them sometimes next to each. Oopsies. Shit. I feel like I like them sometimes next to each other, sometimes apart. Yeah. Have some of them be a bit bigger. You know what? I kind of just liked our placement before. I kind of just liked the few. I'm into the few. I honestly don't know if there's much more to do. I'm trying to figure out if there is. But I kind of like it how it is. I think I maybe want one of the vines going over the author name. So I'm going to bring this up here, pretty much erase absolutely everything except for the section that goes over the author name. Oh, unless I kind of want it to go over Rapunzel though. That looks cool. That looks cool. Rapunzel, Rapunzel. I'm also into it going over down here, but not here. Oopsies. Not here. It can't go over there actually because it doesn't work. Yeah. Okay, and then it goes over there. Yeah, it doesn't really work there either, actually. Unless I do this. That doesn't work either. Okay. I like it up here. Rapunzel, Rapunzel. You can still tell that's Rapunzel, Rapunzel. Just zoom in and see what's going on a little bit. Rapunzel, Rapunzel. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, it's because this O is not going to work. Okay, never mind. This part, it doesn't actually work over the author name. Like logically, the way this step leaves, it won't work because then the whole O will have to go to the back and then you won't be able to see it. So I'm just going to basically nix that idea altogether. But it looks good in other places. I just thought it would look good over that author part. I guess whatever. It's fine. It's just because the way I've woven this, if I have to weave it over, the whole O has to go behind all of that, and the whole R does too, because the tip comes out over the R, and it just would be not great. Like it would look like this part is over top and that part's behind. It wouldn't look good. But this looks good. That all works. Okay. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to select the title or this one more time. Great. And I'm going to color in or like erase certain parts on the title one more time. Speaking of, I'm going to delete all. Where's my title? Here it is. Okay. So we want this smaller, because like we could have it all over here, all over here. This might end up getting a little bit much. Yeah, this might end up being a little bit much. That's okay. We're going to give it a shot. It's basically going to be behind now. I think I like it. I think I'm going to redraw in some places the title here. We're going to put it here. It's easier to erase it and then redraw it than vice versa. I think it's okay if some of it's obscured. Like this O, there's way too much going on with this O, but the thing is logically all of these are attached, so they would all have to be behind, but I think I'm just going to pretend that this isn't attached and put this section behind. And then I'm also thinking I'm going to pretend that that goes behind there. Yep, that's better. I also think I'm going to pretend this goes behind. And that's better. Okay. Now let's do that with the other letters. Let's do let. Okay. Okay. That L is bomb. You know what? I actually think I'm just going to do the whole title underneath. Then we're going to go in and refine after. Okay, so the whole title's underneath. Now we're going to go in and we're going to make these changes because it's easier to do this way. We're going to have this part of the L in the front, and we're going to fake that this part of the L is in the front, even though logically that doesn't really make sense. The E is trouble. We're going to, again, fake that this section is not together. Put that up front and put that up front. We're going to put this section of the T up front. And also fake that. Okay. It's working. It's working. It's just gonna take a while. I did not plan on doing such a, like, intricate cover, and that's not to mention, like, any of the fake this too. That's not to mention any of the, um, vines or anything in case we have to go and refine the vines. Okay. Ah, now we're at this O, which seems large. There's a lot of stuff going on here. You know what? This is going behind too. 'Cause I can't figure it out. Okay. That'll go in front. This will go behind. This will go behind the front. That looks good. I kind of like that with that popping out of the U. Yep, we're into that. This has made our decision for us. This is going behind. And we're going to split this. Fake it as two different pieces. This is so fun. I'm so into this. This is like therapeutic almost. It's very relaxing. Okay. Down here. Hair. That looks cool as heck. Nope, that doesn't work. Ah, no, it doesn't. This does, though. Sorry, I'm so concentrated and not really talking, everyone. It's just because I'm concentrated. Okay. Yes, that looks so good. I'm so into it. Okay. I think this is it. I know it's pretty simple, but I think this is it. It's so simple. Like, it's simple looking. It wasn't simple to do, but it's simple looking. Um, that's what we started from. Okay. Let's just make sure that we've got the contrast that we want. Vibrancy, I think I'd like it saturated. Vibrant. And I'm going to turn my brightness down, see what it looks like. Like, it looks pretty cool to me. It looks pretty cool to me. Do I want to put like, do we want to put anything else in it? I know it's simple, but I feel like it's very elegant. I just can't think of what I would add that would make it better. Let me see if I have some lighting effects that would be cool. But I don't want to do anything like too insane. This, I actually really like this. We'll see if it works. It might not. Like, it just might not work with the aesthetic. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave it like that. Just kind of more so turn it into like, but even that, like, I don't actually think that works with the like theme. Like, I think the more muted, like actually works better. But that looks nice. Just has like some little specks of brightness. They need to be well placed or else they're gonna look stupid. Oh, Courtney, I like your comment. I like that because it looks like locks of golden hair. I didn't even think of that, but you're right. It's kind of doing that effect, eh? It also just adds a little bit of like brightness to the cover. I think I'm gonna do a few more. I think I like them. Like, I think I want to spread them out a little bit. Like, even put some like back here. Yep, I like it. I'm into it. Yeah, like I think it's just a nice little add. I do, however, think that with these lights, I'm going to have to put them on, or I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think they might be a little too bright at the moment. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay. I think that looks cool. I think it makes it look weirder, but I'm into that. So lights, but I think I am going to tone it down just a little bit. And I also think I'm going to blur them more. There we go. I'm duplicating the blurs, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh my God, I made a lot of them. I think that looks fine. Okay, let's do a little bit more though. Oh. I think this is it. Okay, I think this is it, guys. I think this is the cover, and I think it's totally done. I think we pretty well nailed it. Let's have a look-see. Just to zoom in, make sure everything is good. Oh, I don't like how the roses have, some of them are glitching actually, and they're getting this like outer glow to them. So we're just gonna, like, that's an artifact. We're just going to fix that a little bit by doing maybe like an inner shadow. Inner shadow. Maybe not black, like a red. Okay. I think this is it. I think we're done. This was so fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, so this is definitely not what I had. Like, actually it was. I think at the beginning we were like dark, very ornate, and I think that's what we ended up doing. I am sorry if I am glitching right now. It's because I just saved. So we're just going to get back here. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm glitching too much. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining. This was so much fun, and I think we did a wonderful job. I think this cover looks fantastic. I definitely think it'll be like a popular pre-made, and I don't know, that was fun. It was a really good time. Thank you for joining, everyone, and thank you for all your contributions, all your ideas in the chat. It is super helpful when you guys are here just to like bounce ideas off of, and then also like normally everything that I'm saying out loud goes through my head while I'm designing a book cover. And I really think that, you know, having you guys in the chat is fun because we get to bounce ideas off of each other. So yeah, this was awesome. Really appreciate the time. Really appreciate everybody spending this Tuesday night with me. I actually normally go to boxing on every single weeknight, but I have strep throat right now. So that is why I'm back at home. Or like not back at home, but that is why I'm at home instead of at boxing. I'm on the mend, so I wasn't going to do anything this evening. So this is a really like fun thing to do. Anywho, thank you so much, everybody, and really appreciate it. I'm sure this cover will be on my website for sale soon. If anybody is interested in pre-made book covers or book covers in general, there's a big sale happening on my website. I won't talk much about it at all, but yeah, this was really fun and really appreciate the time and everybody coming. So thanks so much, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.